All right, welcome to another episode of the Slack Doctors. I am Dr. Chip.
I am Dr. Bob.
And we are currently at war with Iran, about to put boots on the ground. Other than that, there's really not a whole lot of stuff going on to talk about. We have a million clips and voicemails to watch and listen to. Did you have anything you wanted to talk about before we get into the clips?
Well, I mean, I do have just one quick thing, and I feel a little guilty because I totally hijacked the last episode.
Oh, don't.
Which is the reason why. Which is the reason why we have so many clips and so many voicemails. But as I opened my email today to check, some of the clips that you had sent and to look for the Riverside invitation, I noticed that I had some new ones in promotions too. So I popped over there and looked at them, and one of them was, you know how when you visit any business nowadays, they always send you a survey with, how was your visit? So I actually got a survey sent to me from the hospital asking me how was my visit. Lord. And I'm wondering if I should just, copy the URL link for the episode and just paste it back into the response and send it back to them.
Yeah, that was a great episode, though. I don't mind. You can hijack it anytime you want to do that. That was great.
But yeah, other than that, no, I didn't really have anything to add. I think we were pretty comprehensive in the episode.
One of the things, I think there's a clip in there about it, but I'm not sure, that I wanted to mention is that, did you see where, and the guy's name is Scott Bessent. I know I was struggling with the guy's name on one of the episodes. Kept calling him Bennett or whatever. But he's now announcing some deal where if you catch fraudsters, that people that defraud the federal government, you can get anywhere from 10 to 30% of the fine that the government levies on them. So
a bounty.
Is it me, or does it seem like I'm almost guaranteeing you that all the fraudsters are going to get all that money? I mean, it doesn't seem any other way that it's going to work out to me than who else would, I don't know. That just doesn't seem like a really good idea.
Is this in any way similar to the self-deportation? We'll pay you.
Well, kind of. I guess you could kind of think of it that way. You guys turn yourselves in and we'll pay you. Yeah, that's just crazy. Anyway, I don't know. There's so many things to talk about, but there's so many clips and voicemails. You might as well just kind of dive into it. Let's start out with a voicemail.
All right. Give it 1 second here and we'll bring this up. Yeah, there are quite a few of them too, I must say. Let's see. We can go all the way back to Thursday.
I would just start with the most recent and go back.
Most recent and go back? Okay.
Yeah. All right. They may become irrelevant as we go on.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, so at this point, it's so obvious Erica Kirk and TPUSA are lying that I'm wondering if they're really just that stupid or if there isn't some diabolical plan here. Because if you lie enough, they're never going to call you to testify. If they go, well, we'd like to call Erica Kirk to the stand, and everybody in the courtroom goes, well, she's a complete liar, and doesn't that make anything they testify to inadmissible? Is it a plan?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Is that 3D chess going on? Is that why they're just blatantly lying?
I mean, it's quite possible. And here's the worst part, right? Or here's the part that makes it so that it really could be. We're dealing with Israel here, essentially, in the background.
Yeah, and not proven, but yeah,
maybe,
probably.
Like that's a potentiality.
Pretty good chance.
And again, I bring up the whole pager thing. It's like,
oh yeah,
if you can engage in that level of duplicity and planning and complexity, then
yeah. But I mean, do you understand the concept of what I'm talking about? Is that they're just going like, look, just keep doubling down on the lie, and that way they can't make you testify about anything, even though it's don't apologize. As you notice, I haven't heard Erica Kirk say anything.
Well, yeah, you'd be publicly proven to be, somebody that really couldn't be taken.
Well, they already have. They already have. Yeah, it's already been proven. Andrew admitted it. Yes, we lied. It happened.
I mean, there have been court cases where people have tried to sue companies for, claiming that the product is healthy or something, and then the court's like, yeah, but everybody knows that everybody lies about their advertising, so you should have known better. Like, it's similar to that, but
and there's a plausible excuse. I mean, they could kind of go, listen, we didn't want to let that out because we didn't want to implicate anything or this. They could make up some reasons that aren't completely batshit crazy that people would go, okay, well, at least we can understand it now, but they're not saying nothing. Which is, I don't know, the whole thing's so crazy. All right, anyway, so let's, on the lighter side, I got a great little clip to get in here with you. And
we're going to pop back and forth?
Yeah.
Some more.
All right, had you seen that clip yet?
Only because you sent it to me.
So here's the brilliance of that clip. So I'm sure we have something about the Drewski and Erica Kirk thing in here already, but that's, obviously people are making all kinds of comments of like, is this Drewski or, stuff like that, because it's so, obviously similar to the parody that he did. But just think of if this actually goes to court, like, supposedly Erica Kirk's going to sue him, yada, yada, yada. He can just go, what are you talking about? I was parodying her.
Right.
Why does Erica Kirk think everything's got to revolve around her?
Right. And when did the footage of this, the one you just showed, what's the date on that footage?
It just happened the other day.
Because that person may have been inspired by either the Drewski parody or Erica Kirk herself.
Well,
it's just how like they all, they all start to have the same haircut. They start to wear the same, it's like showing.
Oh, you're
that
saying
she's subliminally.
Okay, gotcha. I was going to say, because that chick definitely could not be saying she was inspired by Erica Kirk, or she'd be in big trouble. That was at like the
no, she wouldn't have said it. It just kind of happens.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, all right, go back. Let's get another voicemail in.
All right, here's the second most recent one.
All right, I just got a comment on the latest Drewski Erica Kirk ordeal. Now Erica Kirk is complaining that her daughter saw Drewski on the internet and thought it was her. Okay, first of all, she's already...
All right, I got to pause. First of all, if she thought that was really mommy on TV, what does Erica look like in the morning before she puts her makeup on? What has this kid seen? All right.
Proven not the stay-at-home mom that Charlie was. Now she's telling us that she lets her 3 or 4-year-old daughter browse the internet. Is that really a good idea? I wonder if Charlie would approve.
All right. As far as her not being a stay-at-home mom, one solid argument for that could be that, she can't stay at home now because dad's not at work. Not to be harsh, but...
Well, that's true, but still, at the same time, it's like, Jesus Christ. And the other thing is, really, are you going to try and tell everybody you just let your 3 or 4-year-old just go around on the internet? Are you watching the internet with her, and this is like your parental discretion?
I don't know. It'd be pretty easy to stumble across it, even with a little bit of guidance. The internet is the devil. I think back to the things I was watching when I was 3 or 4, and it was Sesame Street and Electric Company. You know what I mean? And Mr. Rogers.
And H&R Puffin stuff.
Yeah. Although
Pee
at
Wee
the
Herman.
same time on Saturday mornings, it was Looney Tunes,
Right.
So Sesame Street was teaching me how to be kind and golden rule and all that. And then Bugs was teaching me how to, be vicious and merciless and get your revenge immediately. And
my go-to is Johnny Quest, which makes the Venture Brothers all that much funnier.
Right.
Anyway.
Remember when they when Adult Swim did C-Lab 2021? They used a lot of old footage from the old C-Lab.
No.
Oh, that's some funny stuff.
C-Lab.
Extremely funny.
Which one was that? That doesn't.
The
That's not the one in the
underwater
sub, right?
Huh?
That's not the one with the
It's
sub.
it's like an underwater research station.
I don't remember that show.
Oh well, yeah. I'll turn you on to it next time. I'm down there.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on that one. All right, let's see what other clips we got here. I want you to tell me, what the hell is this guy saying? I just don't even understand. Anyway, listen to him and see if you can tell me what the hell he's talking about.
My buddies in Fox are very smart people. So in 1993, everybody looked around. Roger Ailes said, who's the threat? Not Bill Clinton. He's already won. It's Hillary Clinton. Let's spend billions of dollars destroying her. This way, when she goes to run for president, 51% of the people have a negative opinion of her. Where's the threat? That's California. California's the 4th largest economy in the world if you take it out of the United States. You've got agriculture, defense spending, Hollywood, the exportation of our culture, Silicon Valley, AI. California is one of the most beautiful places in the world, and it's one of the most well-rounded economies. So let's spend billions of dollars to destroying the narrative around California. Got Orange Groves and Walt Disney. Got Major League Sports. It's got everything. But let's destroy California because a politician coming out of California from the left could beat us on the right. And so Newsom has an image problem, the way Hillary Clinton had an image problem. And the right is very well organized. They've stayed on this for 2 or 3 decades. Gavin, you got to beat that back, and you got to calm people down like AOC and Mondani. And you got to say, guys, I got really bad news for you. The culture's not ready for you guys. So if you want to win, let me get the nomination, and I'll browbeat Rubio or Vance, or you pick the Republican into submission, because these cowards link themselves to Donald J. Trump.
What the hell is he talking about?
Essentially, he's trying to say that the entire reason Hillary Clinton was unpopular was because of a decades-long, multi-billion-dollar smear campaign against her. Which, look,
What's the point?
Both sides definitely smear each other, but she's a shady bitch. There's a lot of stuff in her history.
But what's the greater point of?
Valid reasons.
That was like a 2-minute or minute rant of like, I come away from it going like, what's the point? What's he trying to say? I don't get it.
He's trying to push Newsom for president.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's trying to say.
You think that's it?
He's trying to say the reason Newsom has this bad reputation is the same reason Hillary had it, which is not the same reason.
This
although
guy
some
worked for Trump, and I know
personality-wise.
Right. Now, and I know he worked for Trump, and he's a disgruntled Trumpster. But I mean, now all of a sudden he's a hardcore Democrat. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't know. That guy,
every one of these fuckers, it's whatever side of your bread gets buttered. They don't care.
But I mean, did you notice? Do you notice he also talks around in circles and brings in extraneous shit that just conflates the issues and confuses people? Like, who cares about the orange groves and what the hell has that got to do with anything? He's just like Trump. He's says 8,000 things to say 3 words.
If his only point is that most of California is great, and the news or the right has highlighted and picked out the homelessness in these cities and blah. Yeah, the same can be said of everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
New Jersey is not Jersey Shore and The Sopranos. Most of it is beautiful rolling countryside and hills. All of Florida is not people getting shot in Daytona Beach, Jacksonville, and Miami. The whole center of the state is dairy and cattle and farms,
rednecks
and orange groves. Although, exactly, everything is
Yeah.
Pennsylvania is not all Pittsburgh and Philly.
Yeah. All right, let's get a voicemail.
I sit here and watch RFK Jr. say, if my father and uncle were around today, they would be making the exact same choices as President Trump. I find that really ironic. With your uncle, they didn't win. So, he's got a lot more opportunity, and for him to say this, now that we know that Israel killed his uncle and probably killed his dad, I just find that just amazing.
It is. I'm pretty sure it was on Joe Rogan when RFK Jr. was on there, and he explained that Sirhan did not kill his father, and he's pretty sure it was Mossad or CIA or whatever. They're exactly the same. They're the same organization. And now he's trying to, come on, man.
What did I just say about the last clip? And we were just talking about when these guys flip from one side to the other. Can you pick a better example of a swing than this guy?
To support people that killed your father. That's insane. But I don't know.
Hey, man.
It's
Pete Davidson went to Riyadh and performed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I was going to bring up the example of like the old royal families where, they intermarry and then they kill each other. And yeah, so I don't know, I guess. But good Lord, to sit there and watch them say that is like, these people killed your father, your uncle. What? Anyway, all right. Let's see. Oh, this is this chick. This is great.
Oh, yeah. Screen, please.
And the Lord says he thrust you suddenly. Power! In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus.
Get some.
Let it be unlocked. Let it be unlocked. Let it be unlocked. Let the prophetic be unlocked. Let it be unlocked. Let it be unlocked. Let it be unlocked. Let it be unlocked.
Yeah, this chick that's That's
Yeah,
who our
Trump's
president
spiritual
takes his.
Dude,
and that's
when they talk in
that's the-
tongues.
That's the craziest thing about everything political nowadays. Every one of these, not one politician in the headlines is going, hey, listen, maybe we should stop equating church and state. Maybe we should take a little, not say we're going in there because, to start the Armageddon and, the rapture and that kind of shit.
Yeah. That'd be a really
Maybe we
good
should-
idea to not base global, foreign, international policy on shit that was written in a book thousands of years ago.
We have
I'm
I
all
actually have a
for
great
that
clip
change.
about that later.
I'm all for that change. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
shocking
crazy.
to me. And I've mentioned this before. You can't get elected
No?
as an outspoken atheist. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sent a couple of clips that were atheists talking about. And what's funny is that I know both of those guys talking. I've seen hundreds of their videos. I know their YouTube channels very well. One of them was Matt Dillahunty, and one of them was Alex O'Connor. And Alex O'Connor is I think his channel is called Cosmic Skeptic. It's either that or Rationality Rules.
I was gonna say, I don't know who that is.
Mixed up with another one. But yeah, no, these guys are huge on the YouTube atheism scene, sort of taking over for Christopher Hitchens.
Oh yeah, Tim Dillon. He's about the only one. He's an atheist, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, he's one of the only, even the podcasters. I'm saying, like Dave Smith, Joe Rogan, Dave Schultz. Everybody else is making some kind of Josh Shapiro, Dave Rubin, and everybody
Even-
else has got some
Even
kind of
Jordan
stake in.
Peterson
Yeah.
is
Oh, yeah.
supposedly Christian now. And what's funny is that if you watch him in interviews where he talks about it, he absolutely comes out and says that he is culturally Christian.
Yeah, he got
believes
his-
in keeping the he's not a Christian. He doesn't believe
Yeah, he got
in the
his ass
resurrection. He
kicked.
doesn't believe in any of that. He's not.
Yeah,
he's
got
just using that as like, well, I would rather have this than
Yeah,
than
yeah.
Islamism or any other form. And and I think it's a good framework, and most of Western society is built on it, and all the literature references and so many great works of art, and everything that's stemmed from it. Okay, that's one argument for it, but that's not religious.
No,
You can't really claim that.
he got his ass kicked on that little debate show where they sit around in a circle. You ever seen that? And they sit there and then they ring a bell and they all run for the chair to see who gets to debate him. It's kind of like a duck
No.
goose kind of debate show kind of thing. It's actually pretty interesting because the people that are debating can get voted off by the people sitting around. It's an interesting show actually, but you should check it out. I'll send you a link or something. But yeah, all right. So whose turn is it?
Did we
think
just
it's your
watch
turn.
something or listen to
Yeah,
something?
we just watched. I
can't
think we
remember.
just watched
Yeah,
the
we
crazy
just watched the video.
All right. We'll go back to check the very next one of our, which I believe will be the fourth most recent. Indeed, it is.
I just watched Trump sign an executive order funding the TSA. I never thought in my lifetime I would see Trump liberal the Democrats in front of a cheering audience of liberal magnet morons.
Wait, can you read the transcript? I couldn't really understand what the hell I was saying.
Yeah, that Trump signed an executive order to fund the TSA.
yeah. So he's out socializing the Democrats. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was pretty much.
I am
that's pretty
glad.
much the point
I'm
of
glad you left that message though, because it's starting to become a running gag when I write out the descriptions for the show. I'm not sure if there's been an episode in the last 4 where you haven't gone on a partial or somewhat rant on TSA.
right.
TSA. Now, you know what I mean? So
Stupid.
it's somewhere in the description, it's Dr. Chip once again. Subsequently, yeah.
My favorite, the TS. Hey, you'll never find a 3-letter agency I just don't love. if you're catching my sarcasm. Anyway, all right, let's see what else we got here. I think this next one is about. Oh yeah, and this isn't even a video. This is just a. You can see this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just to show that it's so funny that they've got this. I guess JD Vance and Nick Sorley or something like that, or whatever his name is, are heading up some new fraud division to look for more fraud, like this Scott Bessent guy is pushing. Well, if you notice, Trump's been just like pardoning fraudsters left and right. So I'm like, is this like those things where you go to hunt and then they let out the they let the pigs out right in front of you. Like, hey, the pigs are going to be right here when they come walking by. That's where you shoot them, right? Is this what we're watching? Is this they're just letting out all these fraudsters and then going, hey, go bust those guys? I mean,
Right.
how does
and
this
now
work?
and the bounty on them too.
Yes.
All right, I just saw Bruce suggesting that Erica Kirk is going to sue Drewski,
No, yeah,
which will be pretty hilarious watching her prove that he was imitating her, first of all. And second of all, Afro Man, his hit was a long time ago, man. He's trying to make a comeback. Let him bask in the spotlight a little longer before you make this the most hilarious courthouse appearance I've ever seen in my life. Let Afro Man have his glory for a little longer.
Yeah, if she actually is stupid enough to sue Drewski, it's going to make the Afro Man court comedy look like nothing. This will be hilarious if she's stupid enough to do it. And like I said,
nothing stays in the news cycle very long anymore.
Well, if it goes to court, it'll be back in the news cycle. I guarantee it. And we didn't catch when I was talking last episode when it didn't get on record. Who I thought should be the defense counsel did it. You should get Tim Dillon be the defense. How do you think Oh, it would be hilarious. It'd be hilarious. I wish I could do a Tim Dillon imitation, but I really can't. So, but
It's not bad.
I can't. I don't think it's very good.
Well, you got to have the giant square sunglasses on.
Oh, well, they don't have to be square. He uses all kinds of different crazy sunglasses, if you ever notice. He has a different pair every episode sometimes.
You think he just gets all geeked up before every episode, and that's why he wears the sunglasses so he can just talk a mile a minute?
Maybe. I mean, he does. No, he does other stuff without when he goes on the other podcasts and stuff. I don't think he wears the sunglasses. I think that's just like a signature thing for his show or something like that.
Maybe.
All right, let's see. I think this is a good one right here. I wanted to see this one. Yeah, this one's good. This is another religion one. You're gonna love this.
Yeah, this is Alex O'Connor.
Oh, okay.
Really hanging on every word that Jesus said. Okay, you guys are listening very carefully to what I'm saying, right? You paying attention?
Yeah.
Can any of you recite, excluding this one, the last sentence I just said? You can't remember the words that I said to you 20 seconds ago, but I'm expected to believe that the New Testament authors who were writing at best decades after the death of Jesus could remember his exact words and write them down accurately in a language that he wasn't speaking.
In a language that he wasn't
It's like,
speaking.
no way, man. Now, we're using an English translation of a Greek text, quoting an Aramaic-speaking man, allegedly quoting a Hebrew scripture.
So, it's just so silly to anybody that says, "Oh, I take every word of the Bible as literal." I mean, you got to be crazy. I mean, first of all, how about all the books of the Bible that aren't in the Bible, like the Book of Enoch and the other stuff? Do you think that's literal as well, or who do you think decided what was the literal word of God? It was a guy. It was a guy just like you and me. It wasn't God. You can say
it was written by some guys, edited by other guys.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
then other guys decided what made it in and what didn't, and then it got translated, or actually got translated before that. But yeah, it's the worst game of telephone ever.
Here's the part I'll buy. I'll grant you, religious people, somebody wrote some shit down that was inspired by God. Because I've seen it happen. I'm a musician. I've seen Jah flow through people, and I know it happens. But after that, that's first of all, that's not in a language anybody speaks anymore. Some guys got together and decided exactly which parts and which, it's not the word of, it's the word of man. It's the word of man telling you what he thinks God says. That's it. It's not the word of God. It's just so incredibly ridiculous that people would even say that. But I mean, the whole voodoo concept, look, the first thing, and there are tons of people that I respect that are highly religious and look, if you want to think that, that's great. That's fine. But at some point you had to suspend critical thinking, reality, and the fact that you're able to do that for whatever reason tells me something, and there's really literally just after that point, varying of degrees. Are you like, okay, I'm religious, but I don't believe all that crazy shit. Okay, great. We can be on the same level of, but if you're going to come up to me and say, oh, well, Jesus said that. Okay. Have a nice day. I thought we had a great conversation here. Now get the hell away from me. So, yeah. Anyway.
99.99 whatever percent of what determines whether you're a religious person boils down to two simple things. Where are you born? And are your parents religious?
Yeah. You said
Wherever
that
you're
before.
born, the dominant religion, that's what you get. Your parents either give it to you or they don't. The people that confuse me the most are grown adults who grew up somewhat secular or non-religious, who then find religion as adults and then embrace it wholeheartedly. I can understand if you've been indoctrinated as a child and if you were brought up and you have, warm affinity for maybe just the smell of the church or, being around people of a like mind or wanting to be in a group. All those reasons I can understand. But then to just, as an adult, to swallow the hook and believe in some magic.
And don't
I don't
forget,
get it.
Don't forget our friend Charlie Boyd or Abdullah Saifullah, who not only reinforces but contradicts everything you just said.
Okay, I think we're going to start a new game show. The Slack Doctor will now pay $500 to anyone that wants to call into the show and incorrectly 2 out of 3 times in a row, seeing the face, distinguish just by voice alone if they're listening to Hammer and Shapiro. I contend, I don't know if they're the same person, but their voices are exactly the same.
All
right.
It's so funny because I noticed this because for whatever reason, something was playing in my living room and whatever. But I was in the bathroom and all of a sudden I heard this voice and I'm like, oh, there's that the fucking stupid Josh Shapiro guy. And I walked around the corner. It was that Josh Hammer guy, or Ben Shapiro rather. And I was like, oh shit, they sound exactly the same.
I think we should offer the same bounty for anybody that can do the same experiment. Only the two people we should use would be Larry David and Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good.
Who actually are related.
Yeah, that's true.
You ever watched that
That's true.
DNA show with that, I forget the guy's name, the black, it's an older black guy with a beard that hosts the show,
Right.
Gates. Last might be Gates.
Basically, the name of the show would have to be like which
genealogical tree.
Right.
Yeah, they're like second cousins or third cousins or something there.
Name of the game show would basically be which guy is it? Speaking of which, I came up with a name for our school because I'm sure there's some school clips coming up soon, but I think we should call our school the Wayward School for Lost Anarchists, or for Young Anarchists, or something like that. Whatever. All right, let's see what I got going on here.
So CPAC reached me after that post went viral because they're scared, not of me, but of the truth getting out. Because what I said were my thoughts, my convictions, and nobody else's. I didn't speak for a group. I spoke for myself based on what I saw with my own eyes. I stand for truth. I stand for what the movement is supposed to represent. America first and faith. But what I saw, that wasn't. You got a conference claiming to be conservative with conservative values, and you're platforming people tied to defending a known pedophile, Steve Bannon. You got voices saying Christ is King is offensive, Ted Cruz, and nobody checks it. And then you bring RFK Jr. onto the stage into a conservative conference, a man who supports late-term abortions, gun control, and reparations. Make that make sense. Because you're not America first. That's not standing on Christian values. That's compromise. My soul is not for sale. And I do not compromise when it comes to the truth. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care. I didn't walk away because I didn't get something like you said. I walked away because I refuse to sit in something that's lost its damn direction and pretend that it hasn't. I'm not here for VIP rooms. I'm not here for access or proximity to power. I don't give a shit. I'm here for the truth. And I'm not selling my values to stay in good standing with anyone. You say I hurt your reputation? No, I didn't hurt your reputation. You chose to put those people on stage. I just refused to stay silent about it. And let's be real, I'm not alone. Go look at social media. People are seeing it. We're clearly seeing this very differently. But I'll say this. I'll pray for you that you find your way back, because this movement doesn't need more people chasing clout. It needs more people willing to stand when it actually costs something.
Okay, this is such perfect timing since we just talked about this guy says he won't compromise from the truth, yet he's very religious. So it's like, you see, there's a
And it also
problem
directly-
there. But overall, I like the
directly
guy's message.
contradicts the solidarity of the, CNN said MAGA was 99 point whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
clearly
I mean,
not.
here's the thing: they're not correct, because this guy is no longer MAGA. So yes, by definition, if you're MAGA, that poll is actually absolutely correct. Everybody in MAGA supports Donald Trump. That's the definition of being in MAGA. So yeah, of course it's on. Yeah, it's so crazy. All right. Anyway, it's your turn.
So there's an aspect to this Bridget Macron is a guy story that I don't think is getting quite enough discussion. I'm sure it's been brought up, but aren't the French the ones that are like really acceptive of gay people and LGBTQ and transsexuals and gender fluidity and all that stuff? I thought they were all cool with that. Why is she so upset anybody thinks she's a man? What's the big deal? Why not just say you can think what you want? Why does it upset her so much? If they're so accepting to these concepts, why is it such a big deal to her? Why not just go, okay, think what you want to think, because it doesn't matter, right? Would you think that would be their approach? But apparently not. All right.
I don't even know if that needs any discussion. That seems pretty self-explanatory. It's like, what's up with the French? I thought wouldn't they be, so what if she's a man? We're
Right?
down with that.
Is there a big issue just because it's deceptive? Because she
I don't
wasn't
know.
honest
That's what I
about
don't
it?
get. I don't know.
Because you're clearly right about their acceptance,
Yeah.
over acceptance, one might
That's
say.
what I don't understand.
They let Roman Polanski live there for a pretty long time.
That's what that's what doesn't make the outrage seem to prove the point, because otherwise, like if you want to say I was born a woman and accuse me of that, I'll be like, okay, so what? If you want to think that, that's fine. I don't care. What difference does it make to me? I mean, that's that's one aspect of that I just never really understood. It's like, who cares? Just either say, okay, I'm not, or why sue somebody? Anyway.
You're going to release all the UFO files? We're working on it. Funny, when I came in, I was obsessed with the UFO files, and then you start getting really busy worrying about the economy and national security and things like that. But I've still got 3 more years as vice president. I will get to the bottom of the UFO files.
Have you peeked? Have you done a peek?
Have I what?
Have you done a peek? So
I actually haven't. I have
full
not.
Independence Day.
I have. I have not enough time on this to really understand it, but I am going to trust. I'm obsessed with this. I've already had a couple. All right, we're going to Area 51. We're going out to New Mexico. We're just going to get to the bottom of this, and then the timing of the trip just didn't work out. But trust me, anybody who's curious about this, I'm more curious than anybody, and I've got 3 years of the very, very tippy top of the classification. I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
Okay, so you haven't been to Area 51 yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
Say they keep you in Ohio. Yeah.
Hangar 18, right?
I've
I've heard that as well, but I don't know. I haven't looked into it yet.
Okay. All right. Well, we're waiting for it. We saw aliens.gov.
You know me.
We saw
You know me.
aliens.gov.
I don't think they're aliens. I think they're demons anyway, but that's a longer discussion.
Well, I can't let you go without that follow.
Yeah, that's a good place to pause it.
Yeah.
First of all, his disarming chuckle in his attempt to make levity and make light of anything that's said to him, the way he tries to, I'll look, yeah. And then what a great place to stop it. Again, this fusion of religion and government. I think they're demons.
The wrong studio. There we go. Yeah, and here's the thing I want to know is, I can't wait till we got to get that reversed engineered demon tech.
Oh yeah.
What kind of technology do these demons have? We got to figure it out and use it for ourselves. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. It was like, come on, man.
They'll all have portal guns.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, I got too many of these damn. All right, play a voicemail while I get rid of some of these windows.
All right, we're probably getting close to the end of the voicemails. We've run through quite a few of them. All right, here we go.
So Bill Mayer asked him doing what? And he goes,
Hang on.
I just watched Bill Mayer and this kid from Gen Z saying that they don't need to work harder. They're working. He's busting his ass. So Bill Mayer asks him, doing what? And he goes, and he deflects, and he goes, oh, I have all these projects going on. And Bill Mayer stops him and says, but doing what? Then he starts tell how difficult it is to apply for college. So busting your ass basically for these idiots means sitting in a Starbucks in front of their fucking laptop hitting keystrokes. That's busting their ass. Come on, man.
It's pretty self-explanatory, I'd say.
Yeah. I apologize for that. I don't know if you guys can pick up that weird squealing sound in the background.
What is that?
If it is, it's probably driving Dean crazy. I think my refrigerator is dying.
That's your
Making this
refrigerator?
really weird noise. Yeah. It's like
Or your house is haunted.
I don't know what it is.
I thought it was a bird outside or something.
The first time it happened was like, I would say 3 days ago, and I probably should have called him Friday because now the weekend is gone, and it's probably much worse. But yeah, I thought there was like an animal in my house in the apartment somewhere.
What is like the motor going bad in it? Or is that what squealing is? I don't know. That's weird. Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, so
maybe the whole thing's going to blow up. Could be gas. I don't know.
Fighting at a time where we are about to enter as Christians the most important week of the Christian calendar, the Holy Week that celebrates the return of Jesus Christ to Jerusalem. And so I want to say to all of my fellow American Christians, but particularly those serving in the Gulf, that I wish you all a very blessed Easter.
All right, can you pause?
And we continue.
That's about it anyway.
So, well, this being a very important week and blessing the troops and everything, really? Did we not kill their Ayatollah during Ramadan? Like,
not only that, you see who he's sitting next to, right?
Was that Thiel?
No, that's Bessent. That's the Scott Bessent guy who is openly gay. But Peter Thiel, also the guy that invented J.D. Vance, openly gay. So my question is, are Christians now good with gay people? What happened to, God hates gays? I guess they love them now because they're flooded the Republican Party. You got Mike Johnson, Lindsey Graham, Josh Hawley. You could go on, and that's all. Those are the only openly gay ones. There are two.
Well, you do remember the headline from some years ago where the RNC, the Republican National Convention, met at Tampa. And it crashed the Grindr app in the area. There's so many guys trying to hook up.
I remember that. I do.
Pull the whole down. So, yeah, this is another, it's another reference to Bill Mayer, but it's a short one here.
I just watched Bill Mayer tell some Gen Zers on his show, on his podcast, Club
Same
Random.
kids.
Elio Gonzalez, a Cuban kid that walked on the shore of Florida in 2000. Gen Z is screwed with idiots like that talking to him.
All right. First of all, the kid's name was Elion, not Elio.
Well, that's my fault. That's my fault. Yeah.
Yeah, that's your fault. No, but yeah, he was picked up by fishermen.
Yeah, he didn't. I'm pretty sure Bush wasn't president when it happened. It's like, come on, man. And look, I love to hate watch Bill Mayer. Because, every once in a while he's right, but most of the time I'm like, what a freaking moron. Especially on his stance on Israel. It's just so incredibly insane.
It's funny you bring up Hate Watch, too, because Hate Watch really is, it's all about clicks, views. It's all about exposure.
Oh, that's so fun.
I was talking to my cousin or somebody the other day, and she was like, do you get a lot of views? I'm like, no, and most of our comments are from friends of the show, not in the way Tim Dillon means it, but actual friends of the show.
Right.
Or people that work with us and whatnot. I said, although we did get one comment on one of our shorts, it was definitely not anybody we knew. And it was just, I think it was just one word, idiots.
Yeah.
Implying that we're both idiots. And she's like, oh, how did that make you mad? I said, no, it made me laugh. I said, not only did it make me laugh, but I wish there were a million more people just like her or him.
You should have
responded. Also
responded.
hated us and want us to be idiots and hate watch us.
Yeah.
Please watch every second. And nitpick every stupid thing that we say. I would love it. And make a comment about it.
You should have thanked her. You should have responded. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it's funny. I just got into somebody on X today about, that's one thing I don't like about X. you can make a comment about something and then they comment back, and it's almost impossible to find out what the first comment was. So you either have to remember or try to figure it out. So anyway, so I got into a debate with somebody. Now I don't even remember what the original comment was even about, but they were like, "Oh, you're a complete idiot. You're stupid, blah, 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 blah." And then so I responded and said, "Hey, if you really want to see stupid, watch this," and, put a link to the podcast. And then they responded with, "Oh, I might actually watch this. You're so stupid," or something like that. And I said, and I responded with, "Well, hate watches is still a view. Thanks very much." And then they blocked me. Well, that's that they sent a message first. "Well, that's too much. Now I'm going to block you." Like, what?
Right. You should respond. I dare you to watch it.
That was the thing that makes me. You block me though. I thought that was pretty funny. But all right, let me do one more clip here, and then we'll probably have to wrap it up. It's about that time. But I wanted to make sure I got this clip in because this one I sent a while ago, and it was pretty funny. Hold on, I got to stop it. another example of completely rational religious people. Here we go.
Who pastor this? Who church this is?
This is the guy. Watch this guy.
He ain't no Cleophas Jones, but still.
Why are they jumping on stuff? But anyway, that's enough of that.
All right.
No, wait.
Comment.
Wait.
I
want to answer the guy's question first. Give me a second. Clearly, this is the Church of Parkour.
That's one way to look at it. I was gonna compare him to the great Cleophas Jones, which he's no, he isn't one. Wasn't that James Brown's character's name in Blues Brothers? You need to go to church.
You're a church boy.
Cleophas.
Oh God!
I could have sworn it was Cleophas. But secondly, I think he took a great amount of inspiration from the Talking Heads, because I've seen some David Byrne songs where the whole band is doing that marching in place thing, and then he runs circles around the stage and then runs back out to the front.
I would say that was probably. I would say it's probably the reverse. I would say he's probably mocking that exact thing, David Byrne. But yeah,
at least there's no snakes. They're not drinking bleach.
Yeah, this is a religious heavy episode, isn't it? Well, all right.
Yeah,
we'd have to.
And I'm always happy to delve into it because it gets me fired up.
Exactly. That's your topic. Your topic is the religion. Mine is the drug war. That's definitely our number one topics. Yeah.
Look, and also obviously TSA, but again, 3-letter agencies in general.
Yeah, same thing, right? Yeah, it's all.
TSA has the misfortune of being in the news, so they're fresh.
Exactly. And one thing we haven't mentioned all episode is 954-549-9024. Please give us a call so we can hear somebody else's.
549.
Oh, did I fuck it up again? God damn it! I hate when I do that. My bad. It's because I live right next to 954 fucking area code. God damn it!
I don't know if your buddy Carl knows or if you've mentioned to him, but shout out to Dean for posting his number.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope we do get him a little bit of business. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it will. I guarantee it probably will. At least people that know us or know me, probably live around the guy. But I didn't even look. We don't have any recent comments on any of the episodes or shorts or anything, do we? I didn't even look.
No, I just checked.
Okay, good. All right, so somebody please call and leave a message so we can hear someone else's voice on that stupid voice.
If nothing else, if you want to try to win that $500, we'll get those voice.
Yeah, we gotta figure out how to do that. All right, here's the first clip. Who do you think that is? Here's the second clip. Yeah, that'll be great.
So Dean, and we can leave this in the show too because there might be a little content involved. The reason I was asking you about paying to host with Riverside and whatnot is my family, my sister, my niece, and myself especially, and sadly my brother who's gone now, even though he didn't grow up with us, but we all have what I can only call clown blood. It's this extremely dark, twisted, weird humor that only, and every family has their version of this. I'm not saying we're unique or anything, but for years I've thought some of the conversations I've had with my sister and my niece, impromptu, are some of the funniest shit that I've laughed so hard. Right. So I talked to my sister about this, and she's down for it. So I was going to maybe try to figure out how to do a production on Riverside, do a separate little thing with her, and then we can use it in the show just to show, the level of idiocy that runs rampant through Dr. Bob's family.
Do you have to pay for Zoom? Is that like the same subscription service or something? Is that how that works?
No,
if you want to host it. I don't know.
You can do it on a limited basis, I believe, for like 20 minutes or 30-minute interviews.
Interesting.
I think you can
That'd be
do
enough.
it without paying. Yeah.
Speaking of which, today the weather's not so great, so I had to drive down here. And I actually went to Enterprise before I drove down here and investigated renting a car, but it's just way too expensive. And the thing that really makes it too expensive is the fact that I'm self-insured, because I would have to. I ain't paying for some idiot hitting their car that doesn't have insurance, so I would have to pay for their insurance. And that makes it like $80. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to pay $80. It's only cost $20
Is
a gas to
Tri-Rail
drive down.
completely not an option, or is it too far west?
I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't even know, where does Tri-Rail even stop down here? I don't think it's
I think
anywhere near here.
Tri-Rail's east.
It's
east.
we're too far west is what he's saying. Yeah, it's east, and it's far south of here too, isn't it? It's like in the heart of Lauderdale, and we're in Coral Springs. It's not quite Lauderdale.
Well, it goes all the way up to West Palm. I mean,
yeah,
But it's more along
you're just too far
95
west.
Federal Highway, I think.
right. So
That
I would have
area.
to drive up to West Palm to get it to come down here, and then find some way to out
I
west.
see what you're saying.
So,
Yeah, Lantana,
yeah.
there might not be a Tri-Rail station.
Oh, there's definitely not. Well, wait a minute. I'm thinking of Brightline.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's
Tri-Rail,
Tri-Rail, south, sure, but
Tri-Rail
that would take
rides the
forever.
same rails.
Yeah, and it would take forever, and it'd still be way too far east. So
Yeah.
No, I was thinking if I'd see the trucks driving around with a 1995 for a day, and I'm like, if I could do that, it'd be, even if it was even if it was like $40, it would still be worth it. But 80, not so much. I mean, I'm spending probably about $20 in gas driving down here, maybe a little less, and wear and tear obviously on the car, but I can also smoke out in my Jeep, so I'm sure I wouldn't be able to smoke in a rental car. They'd probably go insane. So, yeah, it's just now I checked it out. It ain't worth it. Oh, and also another update on a later episode. I did finally get a toll bill. About a month worth of doing the Sawgrass is about $13. But, well, not a month worth, but doing twice a week, 2 times
Right.
there and, back in a little small section. But it's like $13.
So 8 trips.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's about right. And now on the way back, I've been starting not on the way here because it doesn't really pay off, but on the way back, I've been hitting the express lane. A lot of times when the traffic's bad, it's like 50 cents. Fuck this. The problem is, I'm actually going to try today. The problem is if I go back on Sawgrass and 10th and then get on 95, there isn't a way to get in the express lane for like 2 or 3 exits. It's like forever till you even could get on it. So I think today I'm going to go back on Sample and get on 95. As far as that, even that'll take, it takes a long time, and I've done it a million times because I used to play a million gigs on Sample, but there's a million lights between here and freaking 95, so that's the only really downfall of that. But I'm going to check it out and see if I could do that and then just get on the express lane.
So you don't use the turnpike?
No. Well, I live east of 95 anyway,
okay.
so yeah,
I
that's
gotcha.
be a waste of money,
Right.
waste of time. And then I have to get off at like Lake Worth, and yeah, it's not even worth it. All right, guys, I guess we'll wrap this one up. We'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. You got anything else there, Dr. Ron? Dr. Bob?
No, except for 904-549-9024.
The correct number. Thank you, sir. We'll see you guys.
Thanks, guys.